Wit, said the birds. Yes, hello, welcome to my little video here. So this week I have been mixing a couple of different bands and stuff, but I also managed to build my own speaker cabinet. Ugly as hell. It's called the Ultra Fat Cab 2000, of course. It's a 16-inch or 40 centimeters deep 1x12 cab. It's quite, it's quite large, made of 18 millimeter pine. You cannot see it very well because I don't know how to film, but it sounds awesome. It sounds the biggest of all my cabinets. So I also made some IRs of that one. And then we have this little Kemper guy here. I don't know why I did it, but I made some Kemper profiles. I haven't used this in many years, but yeah, a friend of mine asked me if you could use the IRs in the Kemper, and I was like, yeah, you could. You can, and that's yeah. So then I thought maybe I'll do some profiles of that for Kemper. So I did use this Mesa Boogie dual rectifier, but it's a modded one, modded by Hermansson, so it's a bit tighter. And then we have the classic PV6505 plus. I think plus means it has more gain, or I could be wrong. And then I did the Engel Savage 120 and the Engel Fireball. I chose these amps because yeah, they sound a bit the same. They have some shared DNA or something. We will try out these sounds and then you will hear what I'm talking about. They sound pretty samey when used with the same speaker cabinet. And I use the same speaker cabinet for all of them. Use this Mesa 4x12. Shit, it's hard to make movie. Yeah, the regular rectifier, oversized 4x12, and I used two microphones on that cabinet, 57 and Sennheiser 421, and then I connected those microphones to this Focusrite microphone preamp here, using two channels there, but you can only use one channel on the Kemper. So I used an old passive summing mixer by Vintage Maker called Little One. So then I combine these two preamps here into that one, so I get one output from this, and that one I connected here to the Neve 1073 for some EQ. On one amp I pulled out a tiny bit of 700, and on another amp I added a bit of 700. So I don't know if that was smart, but because now they sound too much the same. I don't know. So there are only 4 amps. I can play some of the amps. We see what it sounds like. It's funny. I bought the Kemper because Q Madsen released a Kemper pack. Wait, we do some face recognition so you don't. What the hell? Here's my face. There. Film the face then. No, it doesn't want to film my face. Okay. Yeah, anyhow, yes, I bought this Kemper just to be able to use his guitar sounds. It was not that long ago, maybe I don't know, 7 years ago. So I tried those sounds and they were great, but I don't think I ever used them in like a production or anything, because I've always had real amps and stuff, and it's just too complicated for me to connect this stuff. I don't know. But I know a lot of people use the Kemper still for recording, and especially live. I know of many bands who still use the same profile even that they made back in 2013, and they haven't had any problems with the Kemper that I have heard of. But now there is a new Kemper out, Mark II. So these old Kempers, they are very affordable now. I saw one for sale for 4,000 Swedish crowns. That's like $400, and so I guess soon they will be even cheaper. So yeah, I can recommend them. They're quite big, so you can connect the cord to it. I bought this tiny little Tonex pedal. It sounds great, but you know, I have it connected and it just rolls around on the floor when I play with it. But the profiles on the Tonex sounds really good. I have made a few of those as well, but it's still I'm not 100% satisfied with how it turned out yet. So okay, a lot of talking, not much playing, but what have I forgot? I don't know. Yeah, so this is the 6505 plus the like rhythm sound. What do I know? And then there's the direct profile. This one sounds like ass, because you need to add your own IR to this one. Otherwise it sounds like Onkel Conker. And then there's a lead sound. Basically it's the same as the rhythm sound. It only has a bit more gain, and I just added the delay and reverb in the Kemper. Yeah, so it's quite dynamic anyhow, because I haven't used the noise gate on the profiles. So you can turn down your guitar volume knob and it will respond like the amp, I guess. Because all my amps here are pretty quiet, because the electrical system I have here is it is very quiet. So most amps I connect here, they don't have much hum and stuff, and that has been a problem my whole life until I built this studio. So it's very nice. Okay, let's try the dual rectifier Herm. It's called dual rec Herm. It means Hermansson because it's his modifications. Sorry, I can't help myself. Let's try some 7-string. Sorry about that. So that sounds a bit like this. Yeah, it sounds amazing, I think. And then it's the DI. We don't have to listen to it. You know what it sounds like. And there's some lead. Oh, such a beautiful delay. Oh, this camera, it's very nice. It has some face recognition, but it cannot recognize my face. I think my face is looking unreal. Here, can you see that this is a face? This is nothing but a face. It's maybe it just sees a dirty mustache and a baseball cap. It doesn't even register it as a face. That might be it. Okay, so that was the Hermansson. And then we have the Fireball. It's an old favorite of mine. This one has plenty of low end, so I have built into the profiles that when you push X on here, then equalizer is activated. That cuts some lows and highs, and that's the same on all profiles. So if you load in these profiles into the Kemper and go into rehearsal or whatever, then you can just push that button and it's equalized for live use, I guess, because this might be too much bottom end for a PA system. Because I pushed the deep bottom or something, but if they didn't want me to use the deep button, they should not put the deep button. It's like if you have an equalizer, you can make a V, you will make a V. That is sen gammalt. And then we have the lead, it's just a bit the same, but with the delay. Yeah, so the profiles don't have much noise. I think that's really nice because you can hold a note and at the end of a solo or something, you won't start here the usual. Like if you listen here, I take a long note then. Yeah, the only noise here is coming from my fingers, but I think I don't have enough gain. Let's see. Oh, I have turned down the input sensitivity because I used a guitar that had those, what are they called? Super distortion pickups. Then it was too much for the Kemper. So you have to check that whenever you use a Kemper, that if the input light starts blinking red, then you have to push input and then dial down the input level, maybe 1 dB or 2 or something. Okay, so now we have 1 amp left, and that's the old mighty Savage 120. Some lean. Oi, sorry. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's it, I guess, with this stuff. What's more new stuff? Yeah, I've had a couple of IR packs done since a long time ago. I will release them as soon as I can find the time to make like the cover for the fake product box that you need to have when you release an IR pack. And the cabinets that are done, ready for release, are the Marshall JCM 800 from 1981. And there is also a Marshall model 1982. Yeah, like a regular 4x12 from 1970. And then there's the EVH 2x12 that has the original old school PV Sheffield speakers in it. But the IR pack with the PV Sheffields will be called PV Shitfield, because I read that on the internet. Somebody hated those speakers so much, but I think they sound great. What's more? Yeah, and then I did some IRs with this cab. Actually, I've just built this cab for making IRs with it. I wanted to see if you could get insanely fat sounding IRs from a 1x12, and you could. It's by far the biggest sounding cabinet. That's weird. I didn't think that would happen. So that's that. Okay. If you have watched this whole video without skipping or anything, you almost deserve a prize, I think. So you can write in the comments, I watched the whole thing. If you write that, I come up with something. Yeah. Okay, have a great weekend. Goodbye.